I'm tripping.
Intellectual stew. Intellectual stew with James Kirkland.
Powerful and provocative. Prophetic and practical.
Intellectual stew.
Informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do.
Intellectual stew.
Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager.
Intellectual stew with James.
All right, what's up? What it do? Time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland. And we're going to have a discussion tonight. I have a few guests that have come to join me, and we're going to, we're going to have a discussion. So let me get ready to start bringing out our guests. I have actually one gentleman and four ladies that will be joining us tonight. And if you're listening in the chat, do me a favor, go ahead and share this stream, and let's go ahead and get this conversation started. Hold on, I'm gonna start bringing everybody in here in 1 second. Keith.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? You doing all right tonight, man?
I'm amazing. Thanks for asking.
Well, all of a sudden now you got feedback. You had none at first. It's something like right on the right of your screen that's almost showing you, that's like only showing half of your body. What is that to your right? There you go. There we go. Now I can see your full face. And I see you in your regalia tonight. You representing
How about
your
them
squad.
Cowboys?
I don't know. How about them? But anyway, I'm watching, but I'm not participating. But
It's
yeah,
playing in the other room.
Okay, so that's good. Well, I appreciate you for consenting to come on tonight. Let me bring my co-host in. Coy, are you there? 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 You're not there. Okay, cool. Let me get Cat. Are you there, Cat? Coy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. You know, when I can't see you, I can't tell. All right, so you're here. So we got a full panel tonight because I got a plan, Coy, tonight. So I'm glad you're here. Ashley couldn't be here tonight. We should get her back next week, but I'm glad you're here. So we got Keith. Let me I got another guest back that I brought her in a few weeks ago. Catherine, what's going on, lady?
Hey, how you doing? Good to be back.
Good to be back. Well, I'm glad you were consented to come back. I guess we did a decent enough job and didn't embarrass ourselves, so you decided to come back and help us again. I had Catherine on, Keith, last time when we did another show about. Back then, we were doing a show called "Show Us How to Date You."
We talked about that. It was.
Yeah. I think I interviewed. Didn't I? It was only you that night, wasn't it, Catherine?
No, your co-host was there as well.
Okay, okay, but you were the only guest though. But yeah, my okay, yeah, so cool. So but then I didn't let the men respond. I kind of just let the women talk. Hold on, we got some more guests too. Miss Barbie and Lady George. Like I said, it's gonna be a crowded screen tonight, but that's cool. I want to get several perspectives. How y'all doing, ladies?
Hello. Hi.
Hi. All right. Good. So everybody's here tonight. So listen. Let me tell y'all what I got going on with the Intellectual Stew. Coy can vouch for me. And this is actually how Coy came into the show. I started a series. What's up, Dawood? I started a series several weeks ago, and I called it "Show Us How to Date You." And now I was married for 20 years. Okay, so being married for 20 years, when I first got married, they barely had cell phones. You know what I'm saying? So internet was real new at that particular time. So all things have changed with regards to dating, especially when you've been married for 20 freaking years. You know what I'm saying? So when I found myself divorced and finally starting to open up to dating and whatnot, it wasn't that easy. It's so many restaurants. It's so many things, so much to do. It's so, now you got to know me. I'm going to get to that part of the conversation a little bit later, but things have changed. So and I hear women all the time complaining, stop sending me the WYD text and start making plans, all that kind of stuff. I hear all this negative stuff, but now I'm trying to figure out how to make us get cohesive to the point where we can start dating. So I did this series called Show Us How to Date You. And for those 2 or 3 weeks that we did that, we asked the men just to listen. We didn't respond. We didn't say, well, y'all don't do this. We didn't point the fingers. We try to not do too much arguing on this show, but I can't control grown people. I'm learning that part right now. But so tonight I wanted to come in. I want to kind of plan a first date. So I got 4 beautiful young ladies on the panel tonight. And so we're gonna plan. And I got Keith. And Keith is on the panel too. I'm not gonna comment on his looks or anything that has nothing to do with me. The women can talk about him, but I got Keith on the show tonight too. And Keith dates. So Keith understands me. I'm a recluse. I mean, I'm an introvert. I stay in the house all the time. I watch TV. You got to entice me to come out. It's tough, man, because I really got to really make plans with me to go. Keith, how hard is it to get me to come to your house?
I almost have to send a lift for you, sir.
Okay, and you have sent a lift for me before.
I have sent a lift for you.
Sent a lift, Catherine. He sent a lift to get me to come to Suwannee from where I live.
From Cobb County to Suwannee.
Yeah, and sent me back. I mean, because I'm comfortable in the house. I really am, especially after the divorce. Because I think I was going through, kind of going through a little depression at that particular point.
Let's go backwards, because there can be some misinterpretation since we're talking about dating, and he's sending you a lift. Y'all not dating.
No, time out. He was married then. He was married. He was having a barbecue, and he brought. I'm glad you clarified that. No, everybody. Yeah. Every man on this set is heterosexual.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Every man on this. I appreciate that. But let's put that disclaimer out there now. Every man on this show is hetero that I know of. Now. Unless some of them are hiding, I don't know. But everybody I know is heterosexual. So what we gonna do tonight? Is we've gotten past the list. Last week Catherine and April. I wish I could have got you on the show last week. Got y'all on the show last week because we did a show called Our List. Limiting our option when it comes to dating. And we started talking about those lists, and we were asking if your list were flexible or were they concrete. I mean, if you're flexible, meaning you want 6'3", but you'll take 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? You want him to make 150,000, but as long as he make 100, I'm good. That's a flexible list. But if your list are concrete, that means he's got to be 6'3". He's got to make at least 150,000. He's got already. So we did that show last week, and if we might need to do it again, we might do it again soon. But tonight we're going to plan the first date. We're going to play. Let me ask you a question, Catherine. Do you find yourself having problems when it comes to dating?
I don't have a problem with it when it comes to being approached. I have a problem with leading up to the actual date, because I may become disinterested before we get that far. I don't tend to immediately go out with someone before talking to them. So they're usually eliminated by the time anyone else would probably get to a date.
Gotcha. Okay. How about you, April? Well, which one? Miss Barbie, how about you?
Typically, I don't feel like, I think it's pretty easy for me to date.
Okay.
I mean, I usually rule a person out before we get to the actual date. So you either come in okay, or you're not getting a call back at all. So
if they got to the point, because the process is they got the number, y'all started communicating, you had to stop liking him during the communication stage, because there was a point of leading up from the communication to the dating. How long is that process usually?
Well, I think it depends on the environment. So sometimes a date is negotiated at the time of inception, right?
Okay.
Right away.
Gotcha. Same question, young lady. How about you?
Yeah, I don't have a problem finding first dates, but I'm similar to April in that there's usually enough communication on the front end that it's very clear to me if I'm willing to go out on a date with, say, a person or not. Gotcha. You're gonna show me who you are, and I'm gonna accept that on face value. And by the time we get to you taking me out on a date, you know, we passed some of the nonsense that I've given you that opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking for the red flags at that particular point.
Right away. I mean, the point is to not waste time, right? We're
I
not
got you.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. And Coy, come on, help me on this one. So, but let me ask you a question, and this is for all the ladies. I know Coy a little bit, so some of these, Coy gonna help. Coy, I need you to help me with these questions too. But here it is. So sometimes when we start talking about these red flags, do we come into? It's not a relationship, so we can't say that. Do we come into the situation with a preconceived notion sometimes that helps us see red flags, even when they might be pink? I mean,
I'm sure that a lot of times we come into a situation and something we've dealt with in the past comes forward with us. But I mean, for me, if somebody's trying to engage with me, they're trying to take me out, whatever, and they give me something that's a red flag, what I do at that point is I just change, and I'm gonna use my friend's term, and she'll probably explain it later, but later better. But I'm just gonna change the lane that we're in, right? Like I've dated several men who we're still close, we're friends, we're cool, I know them, but they're no longer in a dating space for me because the red flags didn't make sense. Now I still know them, so if I misread a red flag or I brought some baggage from my past with forward, then I still know who they are. So that opportunity still exists, but I'm just very clear on a few things that if you're not going to conduct yourself accordingly, then I'm not going to waste my time. I'm gonna just keep,
we're gonna move around
out here. I'm gonna keep.
We're gonna move around.
That's good. All right, so y'all listen in the comments. Everybody just listening. I mean, y'all, we're going to start talking about dating tonight. But so Catherine just said something. Keith, I want you to jump in here in just a second, but let me give context for the people that are just coming in. We're talking about planning our first date tonight. That's what we're trying to set up, our first date. And I'm asking all the ladies, are they finding themselves having? And I'm asking ladies in the chat as well. Are you finding it difficult to date? Are you finding it difficult to find candidates to date? Are guys messing up in the approach? Are they losing you in the lead up? I mean, answer those questions for me. What are your dating experiences? And then the young lady here, Miss Lady George, she talked about when you consider. She said you can have a friend and sound like a friend zone type thing, but when we start talking about dating space, then there are some different qualifications, stipulations. I like that. Keith, how do you feel about what they're saying as far as the dating? What have you seen in the dating space? Do you find people with are they guarded?
At the end of the day, we're all adults. And a person has already made up their mind if they are attracted to you. So the first date is not of you and that particular person. The first date is two representatives meeting one another and trying to have a meeting of the minds. It's not the person that you're going to know in 6 months. It's only the person that you're going to know today. So we can sit here and say, well, I got all these boxes I have to check. But I can make all those boxes you have to check be checked. And as well as you can. But at the end of the day, we're representatives. We're not the real person until we've known each other for 3, 6, 9 months.
So everybody lying.
Everybody's lying.
Wow.
I don't think everybody is lying. It's just a matter.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
I'm sorry. I have to agree with him. That's the reality of it. We may not want to know that, or we may not be open to understanding that, but that is the reality of it. Everybody has had a bad first impression, so why judge them off of a couple of conversations? It takes some time to get to really get to know someone. So eliminating them because of a couple bad conversations or what we consider red flags, like what is the definition of a red flag? What turns you off? Do you have that many red flags that's going to turn you off and that's going to keep you single and keep you dating? Like,
Coy,
what are your red flags?
Coy, if their breath smells like blue cheese and the back of an earring, then it's automatically we're not going out again.
Earring bags, huh?
Yeah, listen. We're gonna
Where
try our
you
best.
find the
Hope,
dates at? I don't
hopefully,
want to
hopefully Keith makes the whole show, y'all. Listen, hopefully
we
Keith
not-
makes the whole show. I promise him I wasn't gonna kick him out, but I'm gonna have to agree with him on this one. If the breath smell like blue cheese and the
And
back
the
of the
back of the
earring
earring.
back, I'm done. I
No,
gotta
I
go.
mean it's hygiene in general. You got bad hygiene in
I
general.
heard
It's
things
like
about bad breath women and bad breath men. So
Yeah, I mean,
right, hygiene
but you know,
in general.
eliminate. We work with
That's
that.
the
You have dirty fingernails. That's
that's
a
a
grounds for
problem. We have
elimination
a
for me.
problem
That's
up front.
nasty.
If you're not
Nobody
gonna
has
take care
told
of
him
yourself.
to clean
That's
his
grounds
hands
for
properly.
elimination.
hold on. We talking over each other. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Let's take our chance. Go ahead, Corey. What were you gonna say?
She said dirty fingernails. Maybe nobody has taught him how to clean his hands properly.
That's
Maybe
and
he
then
works with his hands.
Okay,
Maybe he
wait,
works.
Corey,
Maybe
I
he's
want
a
to say
mechanic.
this.
Hold on.
Corey, I want to say this, okay? I'm 42 years old. So if you ain't learned how to clean your fingernails yet, we both 42 years old. So if you ain't learned how to clean your fingernails yet, that's a personal problem that I don't have time to teach you. I got boys. I don't need no more.
Okay, let me ask
Wow.
you something. You ever met a mechanic? Not just a mechanic, but somebody that owned their own shop.
That's right. Come
That's
on, Corey.
different. No,
Preach to it.
I clean
But
nails.
you
I
can be a
work with plenty
mechanic.
of them.
Yeah, you can be a
Big
mechanic and
fingernails.
wash your hands when you finish and come
They
and
Yeah.
wash
present
their
yourself.
hands.
Mechanics'
Because their
hands don't never
hands
get
look
clean.
that way. Just
But
because their
no.
appear
The
to be
stains stay. The
does not
stains
mean
stay.
that
We
they're
talking
dirty.
about the grit and the grime that you ain't bothered to scrape out from underneath them.
Come on, this man
A
done worked
Corey,
mechanic
12
can clean his
hours.
hands so much.
Hey, now hold on.
Because
Now we got too many people talking at the same time. Hold on, Corey. Hold on. We got to take time. We got to talk because I'm gonna put this video, put the same sound on different platforms. So we got to be able to hear. So if y'all, we can't do it all us talking at the same time. Now I don't mind y'all talking. We're gonna talk one at a time if y'all don't
We
mind.
can sing together, but we can't talk together.
Yeah, we can do it.
To Corey's point, I agree that there are some professions where we have to have some understanding, and a mechanic, that's a hardworking man. I'm not going to disrespect that. He's a hardworking man. He's doing this thing, whatever. So obviously there's exceptions to every rule. So to Corey's point, I don't disagree with that part of it at all. However, blue cheese in the back of the earring, we can't do.
Lady George.
At all.
Hold on. Lady George.
Can I say one?
Question now. I cannot.
Can
Do you
I
take the
say?
opportunity to ask that man, hey, what do you do? Or do you just look at those fingers and just automatically throw your nose in the air and keep walking?
Oh no, listen, I'm a real look, April knows me. Matter of fact, Keith knows me. I'm a real down-to-earth kind of woman. Okay, my nails ain't done right now. They clean, but they ain't done right now. I give people opportunity and I let you be who you are and I respect who you are. There's certain things that I need to know that you handle, in a level of responsibility, a level of care that is representative of somebody in their 40s, or you know what I'm saying? I need that.
Can I interject one thing? My mother taught all of my siblings, there's 4 of us. There's 2 things a person could never say about you: that you're stupid or that you're stinking. Because you can always read a book and you can always take a bath. All right. So those are the 2 things. But I will also venture to say this right here. Women, I know this is your topic last week, but let me just dwell into it for like 30 seconds. You give me 30 seconds. It's guys that in my generation, they grew up and some of us went to college, was fortunate enough to go to college, and some of us went to the penitentiary. Both of us were entrepreneurs. Now, those guys who went to the penitentiary in the 90s are now out the penitentiary today. They're good men. They have ethics. They have morals, but they were caught up in a society that took them down. But you guys would not give that man an opportunity to be a good man to you because he does not check a box, because he has a felony. But at the same time, he's still an entrepreneur and he's doing well. He may have a trucking company today. He may be that mechanic that we were talking about with the dirty fingernails today. But you know what? You guys don't give him an opportunity because he does not check a box. And that's wrong. And I
Man,
just want to put that.
that's their preference. They man, you at the end of the day, you date who you want to date. I mean, I'm not gonna date nobody I don't want to date either. So, but you know what I think the problem is sometimes, and I heard somebody say it yesterday. I heard somebody on another podcast, and I didn't agree with a lot of Catherine. Me and you were talking, everybody else talking crazy to each other. So you gonna talk, me and you gonna talk one on one. So I'm joking, but listen, this girl said, she said, if you don't like fat women, just don't like fat women. You don't have to advertise that you don't like fat women. You know, just talk about what you like. But I think the problem comes so many times when we put these thoughts out there about what we don't like. Why are we focused so much on what we don't like instead of trying to find what it is that we like? You know what I mean? If you don't like them, just don't like them. And that's okay. Because I sure got people I don't like. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean a whole lot of people.
Don't complain that you're lonely and you're single when there's a fat woman that needs some love. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. Love too, you know. But this is the thing. This is the thing. I hear what you're saying, James. But I think it's okay to say, "Hey, I don't want a fat woman," or "I want a woman that's in shape," or "Hey, I don't want a."
Yeah, I can say it, but I don't have to dwell on it. Is my point. I don't have to build my whole platform on it. Is what I'm saying when I say. I'm not saying that.
Complaining because that's who's knocking in the inbox. You never know. There's nothing.
I got that issue.
Hey, I prefer
like
this.
Midgets.
For that.
I like midgets, but I ain't got a midget girlfriend. My girlfriend average son.
It's gonna be a short show tonight. I can tell because it's gonna be y'all. Hey, listen, the Cowboys are this boy is stupid. He said
I don't think there's nothing wrong with a mechanic or whatever. Listen, sometimes women be looking for a man that makes X amount of dollars. Let me tell you something. The man picking up the garbage is making money. They get a good paycheck, and he picking up the garbage. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's nothing wrong with, you know, whatever a person's profession is. I'm not speaking to a profession. I'm speaking to how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, how you care for yourself, how you care for your children, your family, you know what I'm saying? How you care for the people around you. I'm speaking to those things. What your profession is, listen, that is to be respected, because the truth is a hardworking man is hard to find sometimes. So I have no problem with a profession question.
No, I think it boils down to, here's the other part, is the lanes, right? Knowing your lanes. I think that if you want a certain type of person, you need to put yourself in an environment where you can meet those people. Now, we respect the mechanic and whatever else jobs there, the job of working man, right? Because the reality is, no man wants a broke woman, and no woman wants a broke man. That's just the reality of it. And when we talking about getting to a first date, when we got talking about getting to a first date, there are certain negotiables and non-negotiables that you're willing to deal or not deal with based upon preference, based upon previous experience. And there's nothing wrong with having your standards. If that person, if they're giving you the energy or the mannerisms or behaviors of that person, you're not going to want to date or go out on a date, why waste your time?
Well, hold on. Let me challenge one thing you just said. You said no woman wants a broke man. No man wants a man to deal with a broke woman. No, if a man is getting peace,
broke woman's a bill.
We don't mind that. We'll pay for what we'll pay for peace.
Mm-hmm.
We'll pay for we'll pay for peace. We'll pay a whole lot of money for peace. Yeah. And let me just say this to you, April. I've been a man for 50 years old for 50 years. So you can't tell me what a man. I'm telling you what men we're cool with that.
I can tell you what my communications with men have been. I can tell you that, and I can give you my experience. And I say that when I say broke, it's not just a financial thing. It's a lot of other things goes behind that meaning broke. Broken, broke without knowledge, broke without experience, broke without the things that I feel like a woman could bring to a man. So nobody wants that.
You're not going to give him that opportunity, though. You're not because you've already exited him out. You already exited him out because he did not check all the boxes.
But that's a
right.
That's
okay.
Okay, so let's say somebody asks me out, whatever. Some dude come, he want to ask me out and everything, and we exchange phone numbers, and the first thing he do is hit me with a WYD text, right? Okay, you have already removed your opportunities and going on a date with me. You might be a good guy or whatever, but you can't communicate with me in a basic manner. Okay, let me give you another one. Okay, let's say he come at me, and the first thing he texts me next after texting me, oh, let me get your number, is send me a photograph.
How he text?
What?
But
You
how did he?
just saw me.
The first thing he texts you after he texts you, let him get your. Kathy, what you say?
Can I talk, please?
Oh.
I'm
I didn't want to talk over anyone, but I think
there
there
I
are
appreciate it.
normalizations going on. What works for one person doesn't necessarily have to work for another, and that's okay. So I think everybody has a choice in who they want to be with, who they want to love, and that's your choice. It does not mean that anybody else's choice is less than. That's just their choice. So when it comes to what you want to do with your time and your energy, your money, your resources, that's your choice. It has nothing to do with what anybody else wants to do with their time, their money, or their resources. That's their choice. So I think that people need to respect that people are willing to accept things that they may not be willing to accept, and are willing to accept things that other people are willing to accept. So there are men who will date a broke woman, and obviously there are women who will date a broke man.
Absolutely.
So it depends on what they're looking for in that exchange. It may not be what you're looking for, so you may not agree to those terms, but that's okay. That's your choice.
Go ahead, Corey.
Okay, let me say, Miss Barbie and Lady George. Look, I have a question for y'all. So you said you don't want a broke man. You know, men don't want broke women. So have you ever dated a broke man?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Was he still broke while he was in a relationship with you?
I met somebody that I gave an opportunity. I said, you know what?
Okay,
You building, growing. Okay, yeah.
Just yes or no. If he was still broke while he was in a relationship with you, that says a lot about you. Because if I'm dating a broke man, he ain't gonna continue to be broke while he's in a relationship.
Well,
I'm gonna show him.
Let me respond to that, because I completely agree. If I choose to be with somebody, then I should be investing in that relationship, and so we should be going somewhere. But that is always a partnership. So both people have to pull their weight in that situation. Right now, say a broke man that I dated, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I left him, I left him in better shape than I found him, and I'm still friends with him to this day. But for me, the fact that his lack of ambition, or that's rude to say it that way. Let me restate that.
But he's
the
in a better
position where his ambition didn't match mine. So we're still friends, but he ain't the right man for me, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, was it the ambition, or was it some other things that he did that you didn't agree with?
Oh no, it was his ambition. It was very clearly his ambition. Yeah,
it was his ambition.
He's a good guy, but his ambition just didn't work for me.
He's in a better than what he was in when you guys got together, correct? You helped him get where I
helped him build a few things. Yeah.
So that was all. It was just the ambition. It wasn't some of his habits. It wasn't anything else. Just the ambition.
Well, okay. So I've got two situations. One is my ex-husband. Okay, and my ex-husband, it was his habits. Okay, he had some habits that were problematic, and listen, you want to do certain things. Okay, fine, but this don't work for me. All right. But I left him together. We both built and we both grew. And then at a point, I had to go on my way. Now I dated a man after that who, he didn't do nothing wrong. He wasn't cheating, and he wasn't doing it. He wasn't doing none of the things that we tend to complain about. But his ambition and his complacency in life just didn't work for me. I like to do things. I like to go places. I like to see stuff. And if you're not willing to go there with me, trust and believe, I'm gonna go by myself. Mm-hmm. So we had a divide that just didn't work because our personalities didn't meet there. Like I said, we're still friends.
Was it your personalities, or was it your representative didn't represent what he was looking for?
Well,
that's my question.
I think I would say anybody who knows me will tell you that I shoot pretty straight. Who I am is who I am. What I look like is what I look like. You don't like it. And so who he met, and I do recognize the representative. We talk about the representative, and I've been guilty of the same myself. But I work very hard to be the real me all the time. And so and I knew this man for 3 years before we started dating. So it ain't no representative conversation in this one. Like, this man knew me, I knew him. And I gave him an opportunity, knowing what his, knowing the things that didn't work for me. I gave him an opportunity because there were certain things that I found. He's like I said, he's a good man, but at the end, it didn't have lasting power because.
So can I, for a moment, so that you go into a situation to where you met a person And it was not a representative. It was who he really was. And you, in your mind, said, I can change him and make him into who I want him to be.
No. He said to me, will you give this an opportunity? I said, you know what, we've been friends. And for me, I'd rather date somebody I'm friends with than somebody I just met. Because to me, if we can't be friends, we don't got no business sleeping in the same bed together every night. So he said, will you give this an opportunity? I said, yeah, I'll give it an opportunity, but I just, I don't know, but we'll see, whatever. Maybe I'm overlooking something that I shouldn't be overlooking. So I gave it an opportunity, which is why we're still friends, because we didn't have no bad breakup, no nothing like that. Like, it just didn't work. We mutually agreed to go say, this ain't it.
Corey,
I got it.
Let me just tell Corey one thing.
Yeah, and then we're gonna talk about this first date that we were supposed to be talking about tonight. Okay. We still ain't got to that conversation yet. All right.
Corey,
now,
yeah,
when I meet a person, I am a 52-year-old divorcee that's living my best life. When I meet a person, I introduce myself as, hello, my name is Keith. I'm your future ex-husband, and I'm a thought. So I introduce myself.
You're a who?
My name is Keith. I'm your future ex-husband, and I'm a thought.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, and you're a thought. You said a thought.
Yes.
Okay.
And Coy just might give you a chance. She likes dating potential.
Nobody ever hears I'm a thought part. But then 3 months into our relationship, they say to me, well, why did you do what you just did? And I told you from the beginning that I was a thought.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is, people go into a situation thinking that they can change a person. And you can't. I've lived this way for 52 years. I am what I am.
Right.
Like it, love it, or hate it.
People find that attractive and some people won't. So It sounds like Coy may be one that may find it attractive, and the other ladies and myself may not.
Hold on.
It may not be what we need it to be.
Hold on. Now, one thing you said is that I like potential. No, I don't do potentials.
You said that also. You looked at things with potential. The mechanic had dirty hands. He has the potential to have clean hands.
No. I didn't say he had the potential to have clean hands. I said his hands may be clean, just don't appear to be clean. That's the difference.
They do get stained.
Yes, they may not appear to be clean. So I don't look at things from the surface. I go within. That's one thing I do. So no.
From the surface and tell I don't like you, and I'm okay with that. And other people have their right to be okay with what they know they don't like from what they see.
Yeah, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna give Dawood. Dawood, you got 2 minutes because I got too many people on the screen tonight. You see all these people on here. That's why I'm counting. So you got 2 whole minutes. Then I gotta let you go. Come on, holla.
That's all I need.
Give it to me.
All I hear is everything that's being talked about is very superficial. It's about money. It's about. I know. I said this to a young lady the other day. Majority of the women, they can hold a job for 20 or 30 years, right? So in that job, you got all type of rules and policies. They give you a handbook and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to violate any of those policies, anything, majority of the women. But in those 20 years that they didn't have that job, or that 30 years they didn't have that job, they can't hold one relationship because we not taking it serious. Look at the minute things that we're judging people off of. And like they say, today the world is in gray. It's not in black and white. Well, if I don't like you, then I just don't like you. If this is that, and it's not being, we still acting like children, and we in our 40s, we in our 50s. You mean to tell me you'll rather go through life, and because you see somebody with well, I don't like the way his hair is. So you saying that you're going to be that superficial where you can miss an opportunity of having a friend, a lifetime partner, a friend. That's
if
what
you don't like it, and you don't have to.
But see, what I'm saying, a lot of jobs that you women work, y'all don't like it, but y'all compromise with it so you can continue to survive.
Oh, that's a
I
good
have to be
analogy.
a woman who works a job that I love, and I work any job.
Well,
Like
now I get
This
listen.
ain't this ain't one size fits all. I mean,
I don't know
think
that life. I don't work jobs that I don't enjoy. I'm very
Yeah, he got a
intentional.
point. He does. Come on, y'all got to give it to him now.
Now, I mean, people do it, but I
I
work.
mean, we compromise. I mean, listen, we
enjoyed the majority of my life
listen.
because I
I've heard
refuse
too
to
many
make money
people.
for somebody else and not be happy.
Listen, I've heard too many people say this. If I didn't need this job, I'd tell these folks something.
we're not
It's very much a blanket statement.
them. Just like we're not saying that we like that potential person. And the person in the comment that said we date for potential, we don't date for what we see in front of us that we know that does not work for us. Now, if something should come along later on that wasn't intentionally, it just happens to come along. But for the things that we see, no, it doesn't work for us, we don't have to do that. And that's your choice if you choose.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
I like what Shonda just said in the comments.
Right.
Shonda said we comparing a life partner to a disposable job, and I don't think that matches. And I agree. And even
No, but
No, it does match. It does.
but what I'm saying.
Too many
But
people
what I'm
talking
saying
at
is
the same
that's how
time.
it's.
I'm gonna have to start bringing people like out, kick y'all out,
All
then bring
I'm
y'all
gonna
back
say,
in.
all I'm gonna say is this: I said what I said because it sounds like it's disposable. Like a person feelings is disposable. Like, oh well, I seen a red flag. I didn't like him, or vice versa. A man can say that about a woman. It's just stuff that if we don't love each other enough to say, "Hey, let me help you," just like the young lady, here. She said that she had a guy that she helped get. He didn't have nothing when he got with her. That he was broke.
That's how they help you grow, but
Yeah, but then you helped him get better. So what was the reason then that you left him alone? Because he got better. You said when he left you, he was better.
She said he lacked ambition. She said that part.
I left him for other reasons. He grew, whatever. We did a lot of things together, and we both grew during that time. Honestly, it's not just he grew, I grew too, and he helped me grow. But he made choices by stepping outside of our marriage, by certain other things he did that, this ain't for me no more because you don't want to give me the respect that I'm giving you. And so it's, I can't deal with that no more. I gotta
Understood.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Appreciate you, Dr. Dawood. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate
No
you,
doubt.
my friend. All right. Come here. I got one more person I'm gonna bring in. He got something he want to say too. So let's see what he's talking about. Let's see what he's. Well, Mark, what's up, man?
What up, man?
Friend. What's up?
What up, fam?
What's up, baby? Everything good?
What up, fam? I always listen to this conversation. Hey, you see what it is?
You loud, man. Hey, how you so
You see
loud?
what it is?
Turn your volume down a little bit.
Huh?
Turn your volume down a little bit. You like super
I don't have
loud.
low self-esteem, so it's not good. Sorry.
Who said something about low? Somebody said you had low self-esteem.
Hey, how y'all doing?
No, I was just reading.
Who has low
Honestly, none of us are important as we think we are. I don't have low self-esteem. I think I am top tier. And I hold myself to that standard. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you do not think it, but that's okay. I may not be your cup of tea, but I might be somebody's tequila. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a matter of thinking one person is more important than the other. It's a matter of self-esteem, really, and how you carry yourself and how you feel about yourself and what things you're willing to accept and not accept. Now, when a man tells me he's 52, he's introducing himself as a future ex-husband, God bless you. Thank you for your time. I'm going to move around. Thank you for your time. This drink was great, but thank you for your time. Because that's just not, but that's, and there's no knock to you, Keith, about that, because it's not you, it's other people who introduce themselves in that manner and who does that. And people, I like the upfrontness because it saves everybody time, right? The truth really does save everybody time. I want to date a person that's like A, B, and C. Either you fit into it or you don't. No problem.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead. I know you want to jump in. Mark's traveling, so he's gonna pop in right quick.
Hold up. Like, my question is, you said what makes you top tier? Like, and what percentages does this top tier fall into? Top tier, like top 25%, top 1%, top 10%? Let me know this self-assessment. Because, see, my grandpa got this old junky car in his yard. And every time somebody try to buy this thing, he presents a price that they're like, yo, it's not worth that much. But in his eyes, he sees it as the most valuable thing in the world. So my thing is, if you say you're top tier, are you top tier in the eyes of top tier men? Or are you doing that for your self-esteem and your self-assessment?
No, it's based upon a couple accumulation of both self-assessment and then the type of men that try to date me.
Most are self-assessment.
But more so to that point is it's the way I feel about myself. It's the way that I feel about myself, the way I carry myself, the way that I do, the opportunities I give myself. It's just everything about what I do for me that makes me top tier, and what I bring to the table.
I think a lot of women, y'all overprice yourselves. Y'all do. Y'all really do. And because you don't do, when a man tells you what I see in you rely on this image of yourself, this idea of yourself that I validate. You can tell yourself whatever. We can lie to ourselves all day. You can put an outfit and your girl can tell you, ooh, girl, you look good, whatever. And when you walk past me, I'm like, why your fat ass put that on? You don't look good in it. At the end of the day, listen to the reality of the situation.
You're chopping. I was trying to.
What'd you say?
You're breaking
your
up.
Your audio is a little bit cracky.
Yeah, Mark, put that cup down and kind of lower your volume also.
You don't have your headset tonight, so you're not as clear.
Okay. Wait, can I answer this question real quick? Because Ashley clearly want to hear the answer to it because it got posted twice. No, I don't feel like I'm doing a guy a favor. I'm just being honest. When I got with my ex-husband, he was broke. I was too. We built something together. I invested in that. He invested in the things we built. You know what I mean? The gentleman the other gentleman I mentioned, he didn't have money, wasn't what he had, but I saw other things that I valued that he had, which was personality, kindness, all these other things he had. So I gave that an opportunity because, he asked him, like I said, we were friends for some time and I like him as a person. So I gave it an opportunity, but no, I'm not doing him a favor. Absolutely not. But I investigated the situation to see if it made sense for me. It didn't.
Got you.
Oh, it said, I'm sorry, Ashley. My bad. Whoever. Somebody asked that question and it got asked twice. So I was like, let me make sure I'm not evading no question.
I control that. So I put it up.
Okay, because I saw it twice. I said, let me make sure.
I put it up. First time I just put it up and let the people read it. Then someone asked me to put it up so you could respond to it. I wasn't going. Yeah. Are you back, Mark? What'd you say, Karen? What'd you say, Catherine?
May I respond to the top tier question? I think that it's very insulting for a person to rate you based on what they desire. She can see herself however she wants to see herself. He can see himself. He wants to see himself. I see myself personally how God sees me, so nobody will be able to tell me that I'm less than. And I think when people don't see themselves in that way, that they leave themselves subjected to be demeaned by what Mark just did. And then they end up in abusive relationships, relationships that tear them down, and they end up worse than when they came in.
Or they end up for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what you said, Corey.
End up beat down, right?
Corey, I missed what you said. What'd you say, Corey?
I said, or they end up single, content for the rest of their lives. Like some people are okay with not being with somebody.
And you know what? And if that's what you end up desiring to be, just be that.
I'd rather be single than be in a relationship where somebody's demeaning me.
And ain't nothing wrong. Listen, and if that's the case, just be that. Be single, but don't. And this is me talking. I'm new at this whole thing, so but I think I've seen people. That, like you said, you can feel a certain way about yourself all you want to, but you still can overprice yourself as well. Like the example he just made. I can have a 2010 Ford Fusion, and I can put a $25,000 price tag on it, but ain't nobody gonna buy it, and it's gonna always be for sale. And so hold on. I didn't cut nobody off when I started talking. When y'all was talking a minute ago, I kept talking. I ain't cutting nobody off. Like I said, we ain't never had that. We let's talk. Yeah, but and the thing is that it's still on the market. That's all the point I'm trying to say. It's still on the market, and that's okay. It'll forever be for sale, and we'll ever and And Miss Barbara, I think you'll forever pay a floor plan on that car. Because as long as it's on your lot, you'll continue to pay taxes and you'll continue to do that, and it'll exist. And that's fine. Ain't nobody's disputing that. You know how I am, Catherine. I like to hear everybody's perspective. I ain't gonna never tell nobody who's right. I'm never gonna tell anybody who's wrong. I'm gonna let grown folk talk.
Who values themselves based on external things.
Well, that's what you said. Excuse me, I couldn't understand what you said.
I said that's just for a person who values themselves based on external things.
And that's a lot of things going on. You know what I mean? That's a lot of what's going on. I mean, because you can't absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. But you can't transfer. We can't project our situation on everybody else. Like for instance, everybody in the whole world got mad for Nia Long last week. Anybody heard how Nia Long felt yet?
Right.
But everybody mad for her. I mean, so what my point is, we can't project our personal scenarios as though they're panaceas, as though they're one size fits all. They're not. That's just my experience.
All night, especially
I get that. Especially about me. Here we go to that. We go with that point. Come on, Mark. What you saying? Say. We go to that point. Y'all can point the finger all day, but just because y'all's finger is cuter, don't mean that it don't point the same way. Yeah. If we say something that we're pointing the finger at y'all. But if y'all say something to us, y'all just talking. And
my value is not determined by external things. I don't care what I look like today. If I don't look like this tomorrow, my value is still the same. I don't care if I'm driving today. If I'm driving something tomorrow,
she said to her, that's all. Hey, she said to her, that's all that matters, Mark. It don't matter what everybody else thinks.
See, and that's the
right there.
It fluctuates up and down based on what everybody else thinks. That can change all the time, every day.
Yeah, but that's
I agree with her. All she needs to marry and date herself, because it's the only person that she's trying to satisfy. That's the only person that matters. That's the reality of her life, is herself and her self-opinion. Hey, and you're gonna be by yourself. You're gonna be in a relationship by yourself. Hey, keep it on. Keep going with it. I love that. So the thing is,
who just wants to be with me, who thinks I just need to choose a man to not be single.
Right, and that's what I was gonna say. If the value of my car is the value of my car, it is what it is. My little whatever old beater is what it is. Then maybe I just
it depreciates.
It depreciates.
Mom, you are not that. You. A lot of women y'all remember who y'all used to be at y'all height and prime, not where you at today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it.
I just have one question.
I'm sure you aren't either. You're not a by the way.
Right. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, and that's fine. I can take that. See, with me, I know that. See, the thing is, I'm okay because I never said I was a dime and then like this. I never said I was top tier. I got a realistic view because someone said yes, someone said no. You are realistic. That's the thing about it. I can tell you're unrealistic, but I know what I can compensate for. I know what I can compensate. I can tell you.
You know what God said about you.
Listen, baby, I'm light skinned. I've been out of style.
I'm going to mute everybody.
I've been out of style, baby.
Can I say something?
I'm muting everybody. 3 mutes. All right, there you go. They all muted now. Go ahead, Keith. What you going to say?
I mean,
they keep talking to themselves.
Respectfully, brother.
Shit, I got your
back.
I'm a beast of this muting shit.
I got your back, bro, and I appreciate you, but you've been hurt, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you, at the end of the day, bro, these are black women, bro. And you know what I mean? And they are our queens, bro. They were our mothers.
I'm gonna let them respond.
They are our sisters. And okay, and the reason why they all fucked up is because we made them that way. You know what I mean? So don't diminish them because for whatever
Mark, you unmuted.
Problems you may have had, you just been hurt, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, bro, let me tell you something. I've been slung dang-a-lang from Kingdom Come to Amazing Grace. You know what I mean? And I'm muted.
Now you muted. Now go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hey, I have no problem. First of all,
for you next.
Keith, you and I are two different men. Number one, I won't accuse you of anything. I ask you. You don't know me. But I will tell you, as I grew up around a lot of women. So I'm going to tell you like that. I got 13 first cousins that are females. I listen to females. I grew up listening to females. Listen to how they talk in front of men. And I listen to how they talk behind the scenes. I'm a man holding them accountable for what their decisions. I don't hold their hand. I hold them accountable. I give them a mirror to look at. Now I give them a platform to look in the mirror, look at themselves, and say, "No, you made those decisions. You made those. You chose to be with this person. So don't tell me what I'm hurt. I don't mind. I don't mind being a dude. I am not worried about how smooth I talk or trying to be the cool guy. I'm gonna be the real person. So it is what it is. But to sit here and come and say, "Oh, you hurt," man, you better go on with that Bama stuff, bro. Like that's Bama to me. So back to like I said, I hold women. Can you say something crazy? I'm gonna tell you said something crazy. That's where it is. And I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
All right, I'm muting Mark. Hold on. Let me get Coy over here. I ain't never had to take this much control, but I'm going to take it tonight. Come here, Coy, unmute yourself and talk to me right quick. Unmute yourself.
Say now. No.
You ain't got nothing to say. It's so stupid.
Well, I'm gonna say something. So, James, I'm gonna agree with you, right? A lot of times people make these comments and opinions on people's situation. You talk about the Nia Long situation, right? I feel like no one's asked the question of the nature of their relationship. Yes, they were engaged to be married, but did they have rules and terms to their relationship, right? So while that may work for some people and may not work for somebody else, exactly. A lot of stuff is based upon, we talked about this earlier too, Keith, perception, people's reality of their perception, right? Now, I could say, and I still stand by what I said about myself, but at the same time, it may work for somebody and it may not work for somebody. And that's a part of knowing your lanes, right? When you approach a certain individual you want to date or talk to, or you think that you might want to court, you have to know the body of work that you're dealing with. You need to be vetting that person, asking those core questions about whether that be having to do with their spirituality, their finances, their physicalness, whether you, again, sex is a big thing with it as far as appearance, because if a person can't perform, I'm not in that relationship. I don't care what the money looks like, what the education looks like. There's just certain maybe a top 5 things that are core to you and what you are willing to work with. And there's what we're talking about, like the hygiene and personalities. Right. Those things some of those things are just non-negotiables. And at our age, you're expected to be more aware of those things. So someone mentioned in the comment about as you get older, you're declining. That's true. More so for women, I feel like, than for men. I think men have a longer window to still figure it out. But from a woman's standpoint, I know there are certain core things that I want, and there's certain core things that I don't want. And I don't have a bunch of time for you to figure that shit out at this age. Excuse me. So it's either you come with those things or you don't. And it's no knock to somebody who doesn't have those qualities or attributes or those traits, because I feel like sometimes people take it all into a finance thing. But as a woman who can handle their own, you learn that you don't have to compromise your being or the core parts of you to be with somebody. And I'm not willing to do that. Right. And there's a reason why we're single, because someone put in the comments, so you guys just sound like you want a man to take care of me. I don't need a man to take care of me. Well, I get that's great. But there's also, I feel, certain expectations that come along with that, which is why I want to meet somebody where we're together here, like right there. But I don't want to be with somebody who has all these finances, but then to dictate what I wear or where I go or how much I could spend on something or how I wear my hair or makeup and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think there's certain obligations in that type of relationship.
I get it. And I appreciate that. But let me just, and I'm going to echo the sentiments of Miss Catherine. Catherine, you see I got my beard based on tonight. Now, y'all, Catherine make what's called the skincare products and hair based and all that stuff. So she said my little beard was suffering, so she saved me a few months ago. So my little beard coming along. So I appreciate you. Y'all see how I broke the monotony of that conversation right quick. I just wanted to put a comma right there real fast. But this is it. At the end of the day, I'm agreeing with Catherine because I don't want to see Mark and Keith argue. That's not. I don't like to see that. I really don't. Because it's. So it don't make no sense, to be honest with you, and that's okay because if y'all met, y'all would have a drink and y'all would be cool. But you coming in, you got to get context a little bit more, Keith, of what we've been talking about for this last several months. Because Keith, Mark is normal on my show, and it's a reason why he does and says what he says, and most of what he says is okay. But and sometimes I let him say others. Well, I can't let him because he's grown. But we don't always. I don't expect us to always agree. But I do always expect us to respect each other. And that's the problem that I have when it comes to this whole dating scene now. Sister Lady George, Sister Miss Barbie, you should have your preferences. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got your list, and Catherine, you got your list. Hell, I even got my list because there's certain things I just say I'm not gonna deal with. You know what I'm saying? I never date certain types of women or certain types of things. I'm just not gonna do it. So it's okay to do that. But while I'm talking about what I want, I'm not gonna put down what I don't want. And that's my issue when it comes to this, because sometimes while in order for something to in order for capitalism to work, something has to die. Somebody got to lose. And typically for us, when somebody wins, something loses. It's just a law of it. It's kind of an exchange, right? And so sometimes in order for us to promote what we like, sometimes we demote and devalue what we don't like. And we're still all good. And that's what it all. But at the end of the day, we all are entitled to our own opinions. We're all entitled to preferences. Hell, if God made us with our own fingerprints, why we can't have our own ideals on what we want? And that's okay. So if you think you top tier, man, be that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've seen some people that say they was top tier. Maybe it was mentally, but what I saw on the outside, it looked like it was like on the basement level somewhere. I'm joking. Y'all can laugh now. I want to bring some monotony back to this. I got everybody muted. Oh, y'all, let me get y'all all off time out. I'm sorry. I got to. Oh, everybody, y'all muted yourself, so I can't unmute you. Keith, you okay, man? You over there looking like you mad. Who winning the game? Oh, Dallas 63.
Listen, I don't think the guys were disrespectful to one another. I think everybody has their opinion, just like you think everybody has their opinion.
Well, maybe they wasn't, but I'm getting inboxes right now about the perception of what just happened. So that's why I'm responding to it at this point. So, Coy got the biggest muscles. I mean, don't nothing bother Coy. I ain't gonna lie. Coy got the toughest skin that I have ever seen, and I ain't never seen her in person. But Coy, I know you got the toughest skin in the world, but I ain't gonna cut nobody like y'all. I ain't cutting nobody. Leave me alone, Michael Smith. This is y'all know. Y'all, listen, hold on.
Respectfully. Historically, we have created this narrative that has diminished our mothers and our sisters. Now, granted, in today's society, they created this narrative, but at the end of the day, they're still our mothers and our sisters. You know what I mean? And if you primarily date outside of your race, you either hate yourself or your mother. You have to ask yourself which one that is.
That's a whole nother subject. I don't want to get on that one.
I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro.
I feel you, but we still ain't got on the subject, bro. We still haven't got even on the subject that we were supposed to get on tonight. That's what we supposed to been talking about dating etiquette, and somehow we didn't ended up on what we won't put up with and all that kind of stuff. But I heard what you said.
Dated to the first date option.
Yeah, but listen, that's the problem. When you first said it, when you first started, Catherine, you said we can talk, but usually in the lead up is when I realize I don't like them and I kill it. And what I'm hearing tonight, and that's okay, but that's what I'm hearing. So a lot of people aren't even getting to the first date. And if we don't ever get to the first date, we'll never get into relationships because I ain't even got a chance to win you over. I might,
You know what, James?
Some of them talking about getting meals for free, so we get into the first date.
James, I agree with you though that you do have to give a person an opportunity, right? You got to actually go out with them. You got to actually talk to them. You know what I'm saying? In order to figure out, like, is there something in this person I like? And to the point that Keith said, it was the other guy who was on here before. Like, everybody got their flaws. Shit, I got mine. You know what I'm saying? We got our flaws. We all know that. So it's the unsaid. So you got to go out with somebody and
Catherine, I'm still checking my fingernails. Y'all got me. Y'all been having me checking my fingernails all night. I'm trying to see. Ain't no hold on.
You gotta go out with a person and like kick it with them, so then you can be like, oh, okay, cool.
Mark, I'm trying to see if my breath stink too.
Then I'm gonna tell you that I can't, like, if you got kids and you don't take care of your kids, we don't got nothing to talk about.
Or you don't
try to take care of your kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing to talk about. This is Atlanta too. Do you know how many times a dude will come over trying to be all suave and all this? And it only take me about 15, 20 minutes to figure out he got a wife for a living and he full of shit and he lying.
Yeah. Mark.
So how am I supposed to deal with that? So,
you're not.
Yeah. I weed through it fast. Listen,
nobody is faulting you for doing that. But let me ask something. Where you like to go on your first date?
Where do I like to go?
Yeah, that's what that's the topic tonight.
So April's preference, dinner or brunch. But I prefer that, like, if you asking me out on a first date, that's an opportunity for you to show me who you are. So I prefer that you choose something and let me know where we going and what the dress is, so I can come accordingly. And I'm up for the adventure. What we doing? Let's have fun.
Okay. All right, Coy, where you like to go on the first date?
I have a question first that was never.
Oh Lord, I can't do my show. I can't do my show for nothing. Go ahead, Coy. Go ahead. I can't even do my show. They want to go back.
Does everyone have children on the panel?
Yeah, I do.
I have
children.
I got 4 in the possible.
Before I get to the date, I do have a question. Okay. You know, I feel like sometimes, we have children, so we love our children to death.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'm gonna tell you, okay, a scenario, a guy, you can date, I can be with this man, have a kid with him, right? We don't work out. He go and be with another woman. They don't have any kids together. But his kid come into the picture and something happens. That man is sending that kid back to the house with the woman that he made that child with. He had no problem with that. I think the order of the relationship is out of order. He's got no problem with sending that kid back home with the mama, because the first thing he say, oh, you're not going to come in between me and my woman. We have a problem with that.
That's the wrong man, baby doll.
No.
That's the wrong man. Because at the end of the day, I made this child. The child did not ask to be here. And I'm a 52-year-old man with a 9-month-old daughter. That child did not ask to be here. I'm going to take care of my child.
That does not mean that you're not taking care of your child, but you know the order of your relationship. Your woman comes before your child. Your man comes before you.
No, nobody comes before my child.
That's not true. And if you're married, your spouse comes before anybody.
Well, first of all, I'm never getting married again.
Whatever it is, when you.
But don't nobody. Yeah, that's the thing. We talk from different premises, though. We're still before the dating scene. We ain't even brought kids in it yet.
Okay.
That's why I want to know where you want to go on your first date. That's all I want to know.
Starbucks.
That's all I want to know, Coy. I just want to know where you want to go on the first date. That's all I want to know.
Starbucks.
Okay, so in my opinion, Starbucks is not a first date. It's time to hang out and get to know you. A first date is
that's what a first date
that's
is.
A hangout. We hanging out. We getting to know each other. But I don't call that a date.
Okay.
What is a date?
Can I get 45 seconds? Can I get 45 seconds?
Down where we can see the ducks. We can walk around that whole lake and we can talk and discuss things and get to know each other. We might even hit the park at the lake. We might go to the park. We may go play go get it at the park. But we're going to go to that lake. We're going to walk around that lake and we're going to get to know each other that way. I don't want to go to no crowded bar or a restaurant where I can't hear you speak.
So I have a first date, and I told Lady G and April about this date. My first date, we went to brunch in Brookwood, and it started to rain. We ended up in South Beach. That's what the first date ended up being. You know what I mean? Because we had a vibe, and all the first date is to see if you kind of got a vibe. You know what I mean? And we had a vibe, and we left. Now I've had first dates. I went on a first date and I walked into the bar and she was sitting there and I saw her and we did not have any vibe. And I bought her a drink. I left a $20 tip and I walked the hell out.
Yeah, I done that.
I've had that kind of date. You know what I mean? So if it's a vibe, it's a vibe. But first of all, y'all women now being respectful,
Okay.
y'all send a representative. I don't want to see a representative. If we are attracted to each other, we are attracted to each other. A man loves with his eyes, and a woman loves with her ears. When did Adam sin? When he saw that the fruit was good. When did Eve sin? When she heard from the serpent. This ain't bigger than Nino Brown.
Your 45 seconds up.
Well,
Hold on.
I don't know.
Catherine,
Irritated.
who was great? Hold on. Let me, Catherine. Hold on one second.
Leave it to Catherine.
Go ahead, Catherine. Go ahead, sis. Go
I
ahead.
appreciate y'all. Yeah, Catherine,
Wow.
what's your first date? Cause we about to we're
My
almost
first
out of here.
date varies, but I'm not doing Starbucks at all ever. I take the time to get to know you, and we can do that for 2 weeks. We can do that for a month. If it doesn't lead to anything, it doesn't lead to anything, and I'm okay with that. So with that being said, when I do get to a first date, it's always a vibe because we've taken time to get to know each other before that point. So my first date preference, I mean, it could be something as simple as going to shoot pool, or it can actually be a nice sit down dinner. It depends on who the person is who's asking me out. Their preferences may be different, and how we met each other may be different. So it can vary. I'm versatile.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay,
So I'm gonna
can
ask
I
you, Mark. Who was that? Who was that asking? Who?
can I
Lady,
say
who's
something
gonna?
real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so to me, Starbucks is just a hangout. That doesn't mean that it can't lead to a date, but we getting to know each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've gone on a first date where a guy asked me out, and we went and rode ATVs because he had a farm out, whatever, and ATVs. We went and rode ATVs and had a blast. Like it was probably one of the funnest dates I've been on. I went on a first date where it was a fancy dinner. I went on a first date where it was a concert. I mean, it's that's why I say I think it's up to the person, but I do, like Catherine said, I just want to get to know your vibe a little bit first. So that way I feel like it's going to be a good opportunity. I don't
I
like
like
that
you,
old
Shonda.
school blind date. We just show up and hope it works out thing.
Yeah, I got you on that. Mark, where you usually do your first dates at? Do you have a set place, or you ask them where they want to go? How do you make the plans? How do you set that up?
I mean, I'm like everybody else. This is what you vibe to. Especially like the things y'all have in common. If y'all discuss and get to know one another, and there's things y'all have in common, you do some of those things because you know that in that situation, the vibe is probably going to be more compatible. And a lot of person really show you a little bit more themselves. Like I do believe what Keith said in the beginning. You're seeing a representative, so you're trying to create an atmosphere to make someone more relaxed to try to show them their true selves. But it is not one particular place. It depends on the person and what we're both comfortable with.
I'm going to the same place every time. Everywhere I go, they're gonna know I'm a different way. I'm going to the same place. It's gonna be a temp. I'm joking. I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying on that part. But no, it's been cool. So I got one more question, and then I think I'm gonna let this ride. I'm gonna let this ride. Who just left? Keith left. Okay, cool. He got to get the game.
Keith.
Yeah, Keith broke out. All right. So, Coy, I got a question for you. Are you there? What if he comes to pick you up and he's late? Is that a red flag?
No, that's not a red flag.
Okay. What about you, lady George? If he comes to pick you up, is he late? And late, is that a red flag?
If he communicated, it's fine. If he didn't communicate, I'm gonna be a little annoyed.
Okay. Same thing, same question, Miss Barbie.
Yeah, same as her. Just big on communication. Just because that's being considerate of the other person's time.
Yeah, obviously
But-
emergencies happen, but
Yeah.
outside of life and death emergencies, no, I need a text or something.
But what I was going to say in this particular setting that we're in now, because dating is very differently, I don't have people come to my house on the first date. It takes a little bit before you even know where I live. I'll meet you.
Okay, that's a good point. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. And that has changed because back in the day you could go to the house for the first. I ain't gonna lie. Now like when I look at dating apps, sometimes I don't. And it's just really for exercise.
Right.
Like I gotta do my finger exercise, swiping left and swiping right. Kind of work on flexibility doing that. But I look if they say they're in Stone Mountain X. I ain't driving from Smyrna to Stone Mountain. I'm just not driving 40 minutes. They need to be within Marietta. I mean, they need to be within a 20-minute radius. I'm joking. I'm laughing, but very serious at the same time. But so now, Catherine, if they late, are you out?
It just depends on the communication as well. Stuff
Now,
happens.
let me ask a question. But what if he gets to your house? Well, if I know y'all don't, if you let him come to your house, what if he gets to your house and you're not ready? And he has to wait 20, 30 minutes. Should he leave?
Right. 8,
That's
9.
good.
I'm
already explained where I was in the process.
Okay. So if he's on the way, say, "Oh, give me 20 more minutes," so he can turn around and go back and find something else to do with that time. I mean,
Yes, it's inconsiderate of a person's
Right.
time. If he tell me you're gonna pick me up at 7 and I'm not ready, within 5-10 minutes of 7, then I'm being inconsiderate. Or if I'm not communicating with him the same way, listen, I know you said you'd be here at 7. I need a few more minutes. Had to do this, whatever. But I'm, whatever
that's
it is.
good.
But we got to respect each other's time. That's important.
That's real good. That's good. That's good. And that's what it. At the end of the day, and we getting ready to end this. It's been cool. It's been fun tonight. It's been interesting. It's been fun. Y'all preparing me for something that I'm working on. I appreciate every last one of y'all for real for coming in, and I hope it's been enlightening. And we're gonna have to revisit this conversation next week because y'all took the conversation somewhere that I didn't really want to go tonight. But we're there, and it is what it is, and it's fun to me. Okay, I'm gonna go back and laugh at it in a little while, so it's all good. But Mark, I thought you said you was traveling.
I came back.
No, okay. You came back.
Yeah.
I got to get you your T-shirt. All right, so now it's been cool, Catherine. All y'all, we all love each other, but all y'all's red flags and high values and high top tiers and everybody, all that. I'm just saying.
Top tier, baby.
Listen, all I want to do is be a better version of myself tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave room. They say the biggest house in any room is a room for improvement. So I'm just all I want to do is just be a better version of myself. If I can do that every day, then at the end, but when as grandmama say, when it's his the call and mine the answer, I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm trying to do is just be a better version of me. And at the end of the day, I might be good. Shonda, I've enjoyed you as well. If none of y'all have given any stars tonight, be so kind. Look down at the bottom. You see that little thing that says give. You can purchase stars and send those as little as 99 cents or as much as you want to go. But support this platform, if you will. And we'll continue to have this conversation. Y'all know what? Next time, y'all, when I bring y'all back, Lady George and Miss Barbie, first of all, I need y'all to be on your own streams. Y'all can't be in the same room, okay? That's not gonna happen ever again. No, we're not gonna do that again. If I look up and see, I'm gonna need a separate room because y'all can be tapping each other, giving y'all cheating answers.
We can put time out now.
If you look at the show, it does say the intellectual stew with a certain name, and it's mine. But I'm joking. So I have little rules that I like on the show. I'm joking. I'm really being funny though.
I believe there's 50% truth in every joke, though.
Well, I mean, it's probably 75-80% in that joke. But Catherine, and I'm a beast at sarcasm. You can Google me on that. But Catherine, I like all y'all. Catherine, do me a favor. Some people are asking about your skincare products. Tell them how they can find them and what you offer.
candid.com is the website. And we offer products that help soften and grow beards, that allow you to clear your skin, hyperpigmentation, acne issues are all addressed. We have hair products that help you grow in, thin in hair. So it's all on kdycosmetics.com.
kdycosmetics.com. There it is, KDY. And she really did. If I get my beard cut every week, and it would probably be a lot farther than me. And it was struggling when she first saw it. She thought she was slick when she told me that I needed help, but she did it in a nice way. So I was cool with it. So y'all, so that was your one free commercial, Catherine. So I'm looking for sponsors now. So I'm getting ready to start getting sponsors for our show. So y'all be looking for a sponsorship package that will be coming soon. You see the shop at Etsy store there. You can go there and you can see all the merchandise that we have, the t-shirts and all those. The new t-shirt design is there. Mark, I have yours already. Coy, you have yours already. Ashley, I need your address. I can't send it to you if I don't have your address. I used to have, but I don't have it anymore. So, but it's been real tonight. I mean, it's been enlightening. Mark, I'm surprised I'm glad you came in for a minute. Y'all
always.
Y'all need to, boy, let me mute you with your.
Boy, they just attacking the man. They just attacking the light skinned man today. We strong. We resilient. We ain't no.
I had to, no, stop. Don't start again. I had to mute.
It's always the victimizer that wants to be the victim in the end.
Let me turn the music up loud. Hold on.
You sound so sensitive.
Oh wow. Let me turn the music up. Let me turn the music up loud on y'all right quick. Y'all see how I did that? So I can handle. I ain't worried about this. My daddy raised me. I know how to deal with that stuff. Mute. But no, it's been real. It's been fun. I thank everybody for coming on the panel tonight. Y'all, like I said, please support this platform with stars. You can also support Ashley. I'm sorry, Ashley. She said there's other ways you can support. I got my Cash App, I got a PayPal, and I got Zelle. All those ways are there to support the platform. And like I said, you will be seeing sponsorships coming soon. I got some videos of those that are paying for sponsorships that I'm going to start mentioning. Hopefully, it's next week, next month. Who else has got off? Good, Corey's gone. All right, so we out of here. We out of here. I'm trying to wait on my music to start one more time. But there we go. But remember this: the world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all next time. Stars. Next week. It might be tomorrow night the way y'all are arguing. We'll see. We'll talk. It's fun. I like it. I thank y'all. Y'all don't know how much I really love y'all. I should talk to y'all for a little while since everybody's gone. I duped them. I got them all out, and now I can start talking again. No, I'm joking. Did you enjoy the show tonight? If you enjoyed the show tonight, drop a heart or one. Drop something in the chat. Let me know that you enjoyed the show tonight. Some of y'all are really growing with me, and I appreciate it. Lazaric, Ashley, Layden Pearls, Coy, I love you so much. Coy supports the mess out of us, and I appreciate it. Michael Smith, appreciate you, my friend. Let's see who else I got to say. Shonda Hayes, appreciate your wisdom tonight. Tammy, thank you. Patricia Moreland, appreciate you. Call some people's names out. We out of here. Yeah. Darius White. We out.